me of this anime named Bleach. And they have season 4 and 5. They have these bounce. They're villains of the whole thing.
Lucy killed 3 little boys when she was like 10 because they killed her dog in front of her face. What jury in the world would convict her?
You go to season 6, you don't hear about the bounce. You go to season 7, you don't hear about the bounce. Why don't you hear about these important characters?
Just kidding. Yeah, she's going to jail. You can't kill humans because they killed your dog. Sorry, Lucy.
Because they're filler characters. It's a filler season. Me and Redalius, we're fillers. We're not integral to the story.
I can't take any new cases. I can't close any cases. I need something to survive off of.
What about paying her a fair hourly rate for her representation?
Hi, Ms. Williams. Mason AJ from the Aficionados. We have been following the kickback of the court case that's kind of put you on the map. And we have to say we love you in the courtroom, we love you outside the courtroom. You're looking really fabulous. How have you found a balance between your law career and your passions?
Because, like, if it makes sense, I put it into opening statements, as we see. Like, if you don't know me and be like, she might look a little familiar, it's because I'm in a high-profile case, and I mentioned Bleach in my opening statement, and it went viral. And I mentioned the Bout arc, because it's the worst arc in history. Yep, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on it. And ever since that arc, I stopped watching Bleach. And just like my client is in this courtroom for no reason, I feel like the Bounce arc was for what?
You know what? We're going to talk about this later.
Yeah, because I'm not watching Bleach anymore.
We're going to get you back into it.
Good luck.
Right.
Good luck. Yeah.
Carnell from Carnell Hollywood Pictures. So I've noticed I think you've been in when you're doing your day job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do people find out initially that you're a fan? Because I've met people and I'm just like, I didn't know, like,
Right.
we could have been having this conversation sooner.
Well, most people keep it under wraps,
Mhm.
but for me, like I said, I think it just makes sense. And if it was like a regular trial, nobody would care. Nobody would be like, oh, she likes anime, whatever. You wouldn't know. But if you go to my Instagram or my TikTok, I do little shorts about, is your favorite anime character going to jail? So I mixed my two passions into one thing. You know, they have the twins, Hikaru and Karu, and we know they have their whole twin sense vibe going. So when they go to jail, does this take place in Georgia? No, they've never done anything sexual, they just pretend. But if any of that fan fiction happens, they could be looking at 10 to 30 years in Georgia for incest. And I make everything based on Georgia law. So like, let's take Tokyo Ghoul for instance. You know the torture scene? Okay, obviously the guy is going to jail because he's torturing him, right? But what is the actual charge? So in Georgia, it would be aggravated assault. Or it might be attempted murder, but there's not like a torture actual like statute. So I mixed the two so it can make sense. I know. Yeah.
Hi, Mark from Blerd Photography. My question for you is, how did you deal with suddenly being viral or going viral in that situation?
So it's funny because actually I was sitting in the courtroom and then like maybe 2 hours after, my friend texted me. He was like, did you just mention Bleach in your opening? I was like, you don't even follow this case. Why do you know that? And then he sent me the Twitter link and it had like 1 million views in 3 hours. I was like, oh my God, I'm going viral. And I was just sitting there like, is that why the camera keeps looking at me? So I did not handle it very well initially because I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And then people were like, why would she mention that? But the Blerds had my back. Most people understood because you know Ichigo, you know Bleach, you know about the Bound arc. And you're like, oh no, she makes sense. So thank you for fighting for me. And like I said, it'll all make sense when this whole thing is over. Because I can't really like talk about why I did it, but when it's over and I get my not guilty, then I can talk about it. Yeah. Yes.
All right, so you talk a lot about different animes, but what's your big three?
Okay, Nana. I love Nana. That's like my favorite chick flick. She can do no wrong. She's actually in my Instagram. Is she going to jail? No, she's not, because she can do no wrong. Neither one of them. I love Tokyo Ghoul. That's like my favorite. And I like My Hero Academia now.
Yeah.
Those are my big three right now.
Are you excited about hosting your panel here at MomoCon this year?
Oh my god, I'm so excited. So 541 people have already signed up, and this is my first year doing it at MomoCon. I debuted at AWA, and it was like a nice crowd. Everybody was like interactive, and so I changed it completely for MomoCon, and I can't wait because I think I'm gonna get canceled for the people I'm gonna defend. Yes.
Okay, how long have you been an anime fan?
Since Sailor Moon? So since the 90s? Sailor Moon was my gateway. And then I started with, and then it went with Ghost in the Shell, because MTV used to have anime. And they used to have the out there. And it was Ghost in the Shell, I think it's called Aeon Flux or something. Then I also did Cowboy Bebop, so I did a lot of the old ones and then got into the new stuff. Yeah.
So, as much as I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, and I would take a Jiro Mooning, would you say that Sailor Moon is able to beat Goku?
Not able, she will. Next. Like what? Right, facts. Is that really a question? I love that for you. Yeah, the answer is absolutely. See, I don't mind getting canceled. If I speak you facts. Anything else? You?
You guys spoke about the pay cap. You mind going into that?
Yes. About the pay? Yeah. Go ahead.
Want to hear your version from it instead of what was put out.
Yeah. So the OnlyFans? This case is slated to last for about a year, and if you were to do the math, it would be $6 an hour. I can't take any new cases. I can't close any cases. I need something to survive off of. But we were under the impression that GPDC was advocating for us, and once they put those walls up, I'm thinking maybe I need to start an OnlyFans? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the pay cap.
The pay cap for what?
The $55,000.
Yeah, so I said I was gonna have to start an OnlyFans because they weren't gonna pay me. Okay, so let me start from the very, very beginning. Initially, they only paid $1,500 for this case. And this case has been going on since January 2023 till now, and we're still going. And I was like, oh no, that's not gonna work. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Then they went up to $7,500. I was like, okay, well, let me just get on this case. Everybody deserves justice. Let's see what we can do. And then when I got the discovery, it was 8 terabytes of evidence. And 8 terabytes, that's like, I think 500 hours if you were to do movies, 500 hours of movies. So it's a lot of evidence to get through. I was like, oh no, this isn't going to work. So then they bumped it up to 13,000. I was like, 8 terabytes of evidence. This trial's supposed to last for 6 months. That's what they said. I was like, I don't really believe it. So as it started going, I realized that it's going to take a while. And I was like, oh no, we need more money. And I was emailing them, trying to be professional, I guess. And they were ignoring me. So the press was like, well, what are you guys going to do? And I was like, I'm going to start an OnlyFans. And then they came back with 55,000. And then they said that was 55,000 and that's it. But now that we're in year, I think, going on 18 months, I was like, I need more money. So now they're going to do 55,000 a year instead of 55,000 cap. So thank you, OnlyFans. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm spoiling this for your panel.
Oh no, what?
It's an interesting question. As an attorney, how would you defend Shou?
You have to come to my panel and find out because he's on there.
Oh.
Yeah, from Fullmetal Alchemist. Yeah, I'm gonna defend him. Maybe, or put him in jail. I don't know. Come to the panel.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. Is there an anime character that is so egregious that you cannot work for as an attorney? Because of their actions?
Is there one that? Ooh, let me think. There's so many of them. There's so many. Ooh, I don't know. Everybody has a story. So, I don't know. You name some.
I have a
He was right.
There's no hesitation with you.
He's defendable. It's just a war crime. A war
one?
Well, we don't know his backstory yet, so he might have a reason. There might be a very valid reason. Every villain usually they have a reason. Had to think about. There's so many bad ones.
So I'm actually going to go in the opposite direction. What anime character would you like to have as your co-counsel?
Oh, as co-counsel? Ooh, that's a good one. Who Well, not Nana, because I don't think that would be helpful. Ace the Attorney, that's too spot on, so that's so obvious. Objection! Endeavor would make everybody scared and just give me a not guilty, because we'll just be like, whatever he says. Ooh, I don't know. Who would I want? Can I pick She-Hulk? She's not an anime character though, but she's already a lawyer. Right, like she can like speed up. Like you're in New York, I'm in Georgia, you can speed up, like catch up. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
So, all pop culture aside, is there a real world case that is currently going on in the media that you want to cover as an attorney?
Well, now that this case has taken over my life, I don't know what else is happening in the world anymore. I don't, like, because all day, like, we're in court for maybe like 10 to 12 hours a day. So when I get home, I literally just put on like an old anime or something and just try to relax. So I don't know what's going on in the real world anymore. It's so bad.
Would you, for TikTok, would you go for or against it?
No, for it. I mean, I feel like if you're in a position of power, maybe you shouldn't have TikTok if they're saying it's spyware. But if you're just there to like maybe learn something or just be entertained, go for it.
Now, hold up though, because you just said something. You just said old anime. Alright, so now you got his. What's your classics? what's the ones you put on? Like this is my me time. This is my relax time.
Tokyo Ghoul. I like Tokyo Ghoul. Some of the old Sailor Moon, like I haven't watched her new things, but the old Sailor Moon.
Okay.
I haven't started One Piece, even though that is the older one. I should. I could only do like maybe the first 2 seasons of Bleach for obvious reasons. I'm so mad. Yeah. Go ahead.
You mentioned She-Hulk, so it wasn't too well received from fanboys and fangirls, but how did you relate to it?
I only saw like 1 episode, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a life anymore.
I hear you. I mean,
but I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought she was great. I was like, oh, they have the real court set up. I was surprised. And I think she was the prosecutor. I was like, oh, I don't like that part, but that's okay. I'll forgive her. Maybe. Well, she'll beat me, so yeah. I'll have to forgive her. Yeah.
So, because you actually have real law experience, what's like something in pop culture, whether it's from She-Hulk, or Law and Order, or Ace Attorney, that you would see and be like, that would never happen. That's an egregious, like, that's a big no.
Literally all of it. Like even the way the courtroom is, I was like, well, that's not how that goes. How they argue back and forth and the judge just lets them, that will never happen. They never say or filler words, that never happens. What else? The jury never comes back like that with a verdict. Takes a while. Let's see what else. But the person's like, I want to get on the stand. No, you would know that way far in advance whether somebody's going to get on the stand or not. Not like impromptu moment. What else? The speeches that they give and they're not asking the person a question. I'm like, that's not, how are they not getting objected to right now? Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Which one? You? Okay.
All right. As a black woman and as a nerd, what perspective do you think you bring to any legal defense because of your background?
I think I'm more relatable to people because I can explain things a little bit better instead of just nothing but legalese, which is why I love the is your favorite anime character going to jail, because I can merge the two so it can make sense. And I think even the way like my hair is and everything, people just don't get it. Like, no, that's not what an attorney is supposed to look like. Yet, I'm an attorney, I have a bar card. Oh my, I'm here. We all don't look one way.
Our last question.
Okay, so I mean, you mentioned your hair, and that's what I was going to go with. So, going DC on this one. Between Harley Quinn and Two-Face, who do you relate to more and why?
I'm gonna say Harley just because she's a woman. But Two-Face is such a politician. Because he is Two-Face. I think I would, Harley Quinn. I think Harley Quinn. She's really smart too. So I would, Harley Quinn. She's smart. He's a boy, so. Feminist. Thank you.
And